Hey, I'm Noah, and today I'm just going to be having a conversation with you about habits and reactions. So when it comes down to it, habits are reactions. Habits are just your immediate reactions to things that happen around you. For example, you see a bag of candy on the counter, that's your cue, you grab the candy without even thinking about it. You're feeling bored, you pull out your phone and get on YouTube. I'm talking about myself here. These are all habits, and they're also reactions. And habits are immediate reactions. This is a clear distinction because habits are things that you don't have to think about necessarily. Think about doing. I don't think about it when I'm bored and I just pull out my phone without intent at all to just get on YouTube to browse mindlessly because there's no good content. So if you want to get rid of a bad habit, you have to force some intent. You have to get rid of the immediate reaction, catch yourself doing it, stop yourself, and then have a more well thought out, rational reaction. And you can set this up too. I call this thinking habits. So for example, let's say I have a bad reaction to other people getting a higher score than me on something. And my bad reaction can be jealousy, envy, being threatened, anger, something like that. So if I can catch myself in that initial state, I can fall back on some pre-thought out statement to calm myself down. For example, it's fine that another person scored higher than me. It's good that they scored highly. It doesn't make me a worse person that this person did well. You should be happy for them. So there's the pre-thought out statement. Now, when you catch yourself feeling envious or angry or jealous, you can fall back on that statement in your mind that you've already prepared, so there's not even much work to it, and calm yourself down that way. And eventually, if you keep catching yourself and falling back on that, that statement should become your new initial reaction, your habit. And if you want to develop a habit that has less to do with thinking and more to do with actual action, like going to the gym, just doing some form of work like a language or writing or reading or whatever, you need to set up cues for that, and you need to set up some kind of motivation. So for cues, it kind of depends on what you're doing. If you're reading, then a good cue, just leave a book on your pillow so that you read before bed. Or if when you get to bed, you get tired, leave it somewhere that you're usually on your phone when you're doing something else, like in the living room, just somewhere where you eat breakfast or something. Just leave the book someplace where you'll find it and be like, oh, I can just read right now. I'm not doing anything else. For more complex things like going to the gym, your motivation can be in the form of a log, a fitness log, where you just keep track of workouts and you plan ahead what workouts you're going to do and add some variety so that you don't get bored and unmotivated. And keeping a streak of going every day or every other day or something, whatever works for you, that's a lot of motivation. I do the same thing with German. I keep a log. I add some variety. I plan ahead with variety. There's this program called Babbel that I use. There's a book I read, a children's book. There are podcasts, stuff like that. Add some variety so you don't get bored. And by planning ahead, you're forcing this commitment. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. And it's important to remember that everything you do, every action you take is a trade from not doing something else. You can't just pile on a bunch of activities and habits and say, oh, I'm gonna do all of these all the time. Because, well, first, you're gonna get burnt out if you manage to do all of them. And second, you're probably not gonna manage to do all of them. You have to moderate with your time, and you have to give up certain things to do certain things. If you wanna go to the gym more, you're gonna have to stop watching TV or YouTube. Or what do people watch? Movies? Sure. You're gonna have to do less of that. And remember, most importantly, your actions are the only thing you have control over. So you need to put all of your effort into being a good person through your actions. And your actions includes your mental actions and your physical actions. So thinking, doing, all that stuff, that's under your control. To be a good person, you have good actions. That can be the only definition of a good person, because any other definition would include something that's not even under your control. And it's bad to think that you can't be good because of something that's not in your control, obviously. You have to ensure that your actions are good, and through that you can be good. And you don't have to wait to do that either. I understand it's December 30th. It's December 30th. It's close to New Year's Eve. So you might be thinking, I'll just push off my improvement until the new year. What are you doing? You don't have to wait to be good. What's the point of waiting? Why not be good now? Do you gain anything by waiting to be good? Basically, the one objective in life is to be good, and you're just gonna wait on it? Like, seriously? You could die tomorrow. Okay, that's a little morbid, but you could. You don't know. So you need to start being good today and stop pushing it off, because if you push it off, you're just gonna keep going and going, and that's gonna be it for you. You're never gonna improve. So please pick up some habits, pick up some good reactions, try and lose some of the bad ones, work your way out of them, or just figure out how to catch yourself doing them. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Not sure what I'll do next, but it'll be fun.